Drag it back, and look at the cute little matchsticks we get. They're perfect.
The other word for matchstick, when you want to cut them into matchsticks, it's in our educational lesson, is julienne.
And this is perfect. So I'm just holding this down because I'm afraid I'm going to hurt myself.
What are you making today?
Today we're going to make pasta primavera. It's a wonderful way to take something that's normal that kids will eat, like spaghetti, and just put a ton of veg in it. And the whole point is you put a ton of veg in it. The kids don't realize they're eating the veg. So you can sneak celery, you can sneak carrot, you can sneak peppers, you can sneak all kinds of good things into it, and kids will generally eat it because it looks like spaghetti. Another thing that you can do is we're going to use extra stuff out of our pantry like black olives. It adds a very healthy fat.
So I will start the pasta. So in our pasta primavera, it's a really long recipe, but most of it is just using your vegetables. So you've got a bell pepper, we've got squash and zucchini, broccoli, carrots, grape tomatoes, garlic, and I'm actually going to use the rest or some of this spinach. And we had fresh basil. So this recipe is just a lot of you cutting up vegetables, really.
It is, and you know, it's a good way to go. It's a good way to go ahead and use if you've got some vegetables in the summertime and you feel like you're inundated with zucchini and tomatoes and peppers, and you really don't feel like canning stuff and preserving it later. You can just cook up a big pot of pasta primavera sauce and go ahead and freeze it. You can freeze it in small batches, use it all throughout the winter. It's really nice when you're able to pull out something that still tastes like summertime freshness right in the dead of winter.
Let me go ahead and turn that on.
Yeah,
and get it warming
Let's
up.
do that.
And when you see your recipe, it will have lots of specifications on it for how these are to be cut. But don't feel like you have to abide by certain rules.
And it doesn't have to look perfect. It's all going to cook down.
Yeah.
Okay, so this calls for a cup of grape tomatoes sliced in half. We have our matchstick carrots already done. And
I'm over here doing matchstick bell peppers.
oh, fancy. That's what it says. Yeah. And then we'll just prep this zucchini and squash, and we're just going to cut the ends off of it. And I think it says it wants to cut in quarters, correct?
It does say squash, both of them in quarters.
Okay.
Ooh, mountain morsel. You want to make sure you wash all your veggies before you use them. I know that's something that we didn't necessarily talk about in some of our previous recipes, but anything that you get from the store, even when it says it's pre-washed and organic and ready to eat, it's still a good idea to go ahead and rinse those things off.
Either this is called a green squash or a zucchini, and this is a yellow squash or a cricket neck squash.
And with your broccoli, you're just taking the tops of the trees off. And the whole point of doing a pasta dish like this is you don't have to stick to exactly what's on the recipe. So you can add whatever is in your fridge, or if there's something you particularly like and dislike, all that is interchangeable, especially when you're doing this kind of sauce. Yeah, remember when you do your garlic and your onions and they rest together, they have that chemical compound called allicin that helps to boost your immune system. It's a really good thing to eat through the winter months. So we're going to add our 2 tablespoons of parsley.
There goes our oregano. Yummo. And we're just going to let these hang out and cook in a little bit of this sauce and a little bit of that oil. And if you don't like the looks of it because this might be a little dry, just add a little bit of oil in. Half a cup of Parmesan, so that's about half a cup right there. Ooh, yummy. Well, I think that looks lovely. Shall we plate?
It's a nice alternative to traditional tomato sauce or heavy Alfredo sauces.